Nancy Dietmar. I'm the Community Liaison for the Chaffey Community Museum of Art. My parents moved to Ontario when I was 10, so I am a native girl, so to speak. I graduated from Chaffey High in 1963. And then I left Ontario for 18 years to go to school and start my life, and about 1981, I moved back and I've been here ever since. Chaffey Community Museum of Art, or CCMA, as we refer to it, is the place to learn about and connect to art and artists of the Pomona Valley. CCMA was founded in 1941 by Ontario residents Francis and Helen Line, who were art collectors and who were interested in sharing art, bringing art to Ontario. They donated 9 paintings from their personal collection, which became the heart of CCMA's early collection. Next year in 2026, CCMA will celebrate its 85th year as a part of Ontario. And we are planning to have a lot of activities in that year to bring even more attention to the museum and how important it is to the community. In 2012, the historic 1919 Ontario Power Company building, which is owned by the City of Ontario, became vacant when the Fire Safety Department moved into their new location. Councilmember Deborah Parada, that we refer to as our arts champion, approached CCMA about moving into the building. After looking at the space and considering what we could do with it, we decided that it was be an excellent location, and so we relocated down here at that time. We spent some amount of time, nearly a year, doing a little bit of reconfiguring to the inside of the museum, but we found it to be an ideal location because of all of the empty space that we could easily turn into galleries and also into workrooms and offices that we needed to operate the museum. There were buildings located around the perimeter, but there was a lot of open space, and we got permission from the city to remove some of the temporary walls that had been put up to create more office space. We put up a few walls of our own, again with the permission of the city because it's this historic structure. And then we just began to create the museum little by little, defining the galleries and the space that we wanted to use for each activity that we need. My favorite part of the building is here in the main gallery. There is a north-facing clerestory that was part of the original architecture of the building. When this building was built, it was in the very earliest days of electricity, and most buildings brought light in through clerestories. It turns out that the north-facing light is absolutely the best way to view art in natural light, and it floods our main gallery and really shows off our artwork to perfection. Yes, besides completing the interior renovation of the building to serve as an art gallery, we published a book on artists of the Pomona Valley that talks about the historic significance of the art that was produced right here in Pomona Valley between roughly 1940 and 1970. There was a lot of innovation in art going on, and it was all right here. That's never been celebrated and lifted up the way that it should. So that was what we decided to do here at the museum, to focus our attention on artists of the Pomona Valley from history, and also today's career artists, those who are making their living and selling their art here in Ontario. Being a Model Colony Award recipient is an affirmation of the importance of preserving historic buildings in Ontario. It means exactly what CCMA has done over the years that we've been here, and that's to continue to creatively use the space that we have here in ways that will delight the people who come to see us. I can't really name just one. There are so many. Ontario has done such a very good job of preserving its historic properties. There's so many to enjoy here in the city. Ontario has a very remarkable history. First as a model colony. This is in the late 1890s, a time that we don't, we were still horse and buggies. Automobiles hadn't been invented yet. There was so much technology that we take for granted today that wasn't here. Ontario had a strong economic base. It began with agriculture. We're part of the citrus belt, but then it evolved into everything that it takes to run a city successfully. Of course, I'm going to say to visit the two museums. CCMA is located directly across the street from the Ontario Museum of History and Art. We cooperate a lot together. We have joint programs, and you can park once and visit two museums. So that's the first thing I would advise. The other is to go to Ontario Library's Model Colony Room. The Model Colony Room has preserved the history of Ontario and keeps it updated with new things that are happening in the city that will become its history in a few decades.